Okay, so for today's trade of the day video, what I want to do is have a look at the trades from Dynamic Trader yesterday. Some really good moves on the markets, particularly in the most volatile times of the day, and that's pretty typically around the open, from sort of 2 till 3 o'clock, as traders are getting used to positioning ahead of the open, and then in the first sort of half an hour or so, from 2:30 till 9 when trading the Dow, that's when you tend to get the most movement, the most volatility, the most opportunity there. Things then start to settle down often after that period. So similarly, in the last sort of hour and a half of the day, a lot of rejuggling of positions ahead of the close. So from 7:30 till 9 UK time. So what we're going to do is just focus on the trades during those time periods. And that's all really a core part of our trading as well. And similarly, looking at, say, the DAX around 8 o'clock on the open of the German stock market. Again, these are key times where there are patterns of bigger volatility taking place, which allows us better opportunity and better moves. And we can see that here. The first trade straight out of the gate, but around sort of 2:08, something like that yesterday. We then got our first trade, and it was a good move. We then have this little sort of big movement there right on the open, but we'd already taken our 30-point profit at this point, and that's the key. So when you come into trading, there's a couple of things you might want to do. One is you start off with like a fixed target. You don't have to think about it too much. As you become more experienced, you might start to run those targets for bigger moves to be able to ride the sort of 150 point trades that do come along from time to time. But you want to have that little balance in there. When you're new to trading, it's much easier. Instead of thinking about that and really understanding the markets, it's much better to have that fixed target in place. So you put it in, just put a target in and leave it alone. And this is the sort of thing that we saw here on this short. So getting into the short here on the open of this bar here at 14.06, lovely short trade. 30-point target. We hit that target straight away. Really nice move after about sort of 10-15 minutes. Market then reversed right on the open, getting knocked out. If anyone was still running the trade according to the stop arrow, they're going to be knocked out for a small loss. So you can't get the bigger profits every single time. Sometimes they are going to reverse on you. So it's 30 points or we're -3 on that first trade. We then flip into a buy trade. So then get a buying opportunity here. And we're going to trade this again according to the 30 points or to the stop. So we hit the 30 points very quickly. In fact, from along at 547 up to 77, we're in that profit within actually 2 minutes to hit that target. So an extremely quick profitable opportunity, just riding the momentum, moving back in line with those arrows at the base there, giving us the direction of this move. So a great trade there. If you're running it according to the stop, see the stop there chasing it up, covering the profit. That was around 34 points there according to the stop arrow. So some traders notching the stop up bar by bar by bar as they run the trade, looking to capture a bit more move. Only a few extra points there, but crucially, you're out for 30 or 34 points according to a very fixed set of rules. And this is key. So we're capturing the major volatility times of the markets, and we're capturing those in a rules-based way. It's just a question of understanding and learning the rules. I'm going to fast forward now to the last sort of hour and a half of the day, really 7:20, 7:30 in the evening. That's when the market really then starts to typically have a bit more movement there. So what we do is we start off with our first opportunity. We're looking at, I think it's 7:38. It was 7:40 at the open of the 7:40 bar, at least that is 7:38. And we get our short sell trade there. Okay, that's a lovely trade and really falls dramatically, very quickly. 30 points done in down to 03s. Down to there in 2, 4, 6, 8 to 10 minutes. We're out of that trade for a 30-point profit. £10 a point, of course, 30 points times by 10. That's a £300 profit in just 10-15 minutes or so. Equally, running it according to the arrow, the choice there, allowing us to pick up a bit more. This one, not much more actually, as it turns out, around 32 points. But we've seen some much bigger moves lately, haven't we, in the markets there. So it's good to give it that little bit of room. And sometimes, we have been getting 100, 150 point moves on the markets over the last few days. So, there is definitely the argument for giving it a bit more space. We then get our final trade for the day at 8:32 on the open of this candlestick here. Why? Again, the trends aligned, the arrows down. Don't worry if you're not getting the rules of the entry point. That's not the purpose of today's session. What we're doing is we are trading according to a very fixed rules-based way, though. The entry point on this bar, the open of the 834 bar, and again, we see Market gives us a little bit of a lift and then down it goes, giving us a 30-point profit, or trailing it down to the arrow just after the close there for 45 points there. So 30 or 45, either way, whichever way you cut it, whether you're going to go for the fixed 30-point targets, or whether you want to trail according to the arrows. There's 4 trades there yesterday. You're looking at 120 points or 108 points, depending on whether you want to give it that bit of room. The crucial point here is twofold, points being twofold. Well, number 1, trading according to a set of rules, and 2, trading to when the action is typically taking place. The open of the market towards the close of the market, that's when the volatility is maximized, that's when the movement's maximized, that's when the opportunity is maximized as well. Hope you enjoyed listening.
If you would like more information about trading the right way, Trend Signal is giving you the opportunity to see and hear about its services live at a free online seminar. Take a look at the Trend Signal website for the latest events and to book your free place.